Oh, I think my computer froze again. It won't launch the live too. There it goes. It's taking its sweet time. Alrighty. And while we're waiting on other folks, we won't wait on them. We'll just go ahead and share the video. Like I said, they have a theme. And so we'll look at the theme for a few minutes, and then I'll give, like I said, there's reading assignments that go with it. And one thing I'm going to ask you to do with it is to read. Kind of
is
goes
World Earth Day 22nd every year. This annual Earth Day features doodle stunning aerial photos.
the internet is there's bad weather out there.
Photos of the planet Earth, as you can see on the Google homepage today. This annual doodle celebrates Earth Day, a holiday that honors the magnificent
Yeah, the internet is going in and out. I'm gonna
planet will live
tell
on.
you
The
what I'm gonna do. I'm
artwork in
gonna
this
pause it
doodle
for a
features
minute. And sometimes when you pause it, it gives it a chance to. As you see at the top, the theme this year, every year they have a theme, and I don't know if you can see it that well, but the theme this year is our power, our planet, and the historical significance. So I'm going to let you look at some articles about that later. But it kind of goes along with what the unit that we're working on, sustainable everything, and how we can better protect our planet so that when you grow up, you'll still have a planet that you want to live on, and things won't be so resources won't be depleted, they won't be contaminated. So this is what the focus is this year, and mostly it's about education. You need to educate people as to what we're doing wrong and why we need to stop doing what we're doing, and then what things that it is possible for us to do to save the planet. All right, let me excuse me. All right, let's see if it's feeling better.
several breathtaking images from the Google Earth. Enjoy the world's our power, our planet. It focuses on measures to achieve triple clean electricity goal by 2030 using renewable energy. The day advocates protection of natural resources such as air, oxygen, soil, ecosystems, wildlife, and human health by harnessing renewable sources of energy, solar, wind, hydroelectric, geothermal, and focus to create clean, inexpensive, and ultimate energy for the entire planet. Let's know about Earth Day history. Earth Day Network, which is now known as earthday.org, is accredited with stabilizing the day as an initiative to mobilize the environmental movement worldwide to address concerning issues such as climate change, pollution, and deforestation. EarthDay.org founders created and organized the very Earth Day on April 22nd, 1970. Since then, Earth Day Network, also known as EarthDay.org, has been mobilizing over 1 billion people annually on Earth Day and every other day to protect the planet, the website states. The world's first Earth Day was observed in the 1971 on April 22nd when UN Secretary General Hunter held a special ceremony at UN headquarters in New York. Let's know about Earth Day significance. In 1962, U.S. Senator Gillard Lancer lobbied the federal government to observe the Earth Day, considering that the planet is at risk. This day aims to make an impact as it demonstrates support for environmental protection through a range of events to educate the masses across the globe. Numerous events, rallies, and campaigns are organized on this day. This year, Earth Day marks its 55th anniversary with global activations aimed at mobilizing a billion people worldwide to take transformative action for our planet for a sustainable future. So everyone, save plant and save your lives. Happy Earth Day to everyone. I hope guys you like this information. So please like, share this video and do subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for latest videos and
All
updates.
right.
Thank you.
Hope you understood everything he said. But basically, every year, it is the same day every year, but it is April 22nd every year. I was going to give you the website so that you could read an article. Jada, you're the only one that right now who's present who owes me some AP stuff, AP classroom stuff. Everybody else is up to date. Come on. Yeah, it's getting ready to storm, and so the internet is going in and out for me. I don't know about you all. It's going in and out over here. But when it actually comes up, there are some articles. In fact, let me just share this with you, and maybe it'll come up better for you than it is for me right now. It might still verify that you're human, but there, I put the link in the chat, and hopefully, oh, see, once I did that, then, all right, so I put the link in the chat so that you could browse for yourself, but what I would like for you to do is when you get here, you want to click on Our Power, Our Planet, because that's the theme. And I'm not asking you to donate. I don't want you to do anything other than read and just gain some information. Okay. All right. So use the link. Again, click on the theme and read up on the things that you can read up on. When you click on some of these different titles, it'll take you to other articles that you can read. And like I said, today is supposed to be kind of a low energy day because people are testing. So I just want you to read if you don't have anything that you owe me in the AP classroom. So it's either a catch-up day or an Earth Day. Okay. So again, all I did was click on one of the, any of these are hyperlinks to other things that you can read. So as you click on, let me go back and show you how I got here. I started off with this page and it said read more. That's what I want you to click on. And you're welcome to click on any of the other things there if you, and again, it's stuff that we've been talking about, trying to get you to be a more global citizen. So if you want to look at how you can legally do things, you can read about that. Renewable energy in our schools, that's also a good link to do, except that's a project. But you can still look at it to see what schools can do in order to, if we were all in a physical building, this might be something that we would have taken on, because the AP course also offers a project-based activity that they wanted students to do. They wanted you at the beginning of the year to decide on a project that you would do. But because of the nature of our program, it would be kind of hard to do because you're all working at home, and we never would have a classroom time for us to do something together as a group. So it would have all been individual type things. So I didn't promote that for you, but that's something the AP program advocates for, is to come up with a project of the year and have the students turn that in as a for credit, AP credit. All right, so you can look at this. One of the things I had my regular environmental science class do is they're keeping a journal. They had to pick a topic, and I didn't ask you all to do it because y'all have other things to do. But you can think about doing this. Something that you can think about doing is to come up with something. If you like, you all did read the article on the 10th of an acre and different things that you can do to become a more global citizen. What would you do if you had to pick one thing that you would do for the next 30 days to try to change your habits? What would you pick? And then I asked them to pick one thing and then to keep a journal about it till the end of the semester. And that's their final project, is to turn in their journal to analyze what they were doing. And I had one student to say that she's actually started something with her families, and a couple of people are starting a garden. And just what would you do if you had to pick something that you are going to be dedicated to changing your lifestyle and then stick with it? And like I said, I'm not making that a project for y'all, but y'all can think about that and share that with me later on if you like. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you go ahead and pick something to read if you don't owe me anything. All right. Yes, it does have to be environmental because this is about saving our planet. So it's about what would you do that would have an effect on your community is environmentally, or in your household environmentally. Somebody picked, they stopped using plastic straws. They use the paper straws, or like a lot of restaurants now, they ask you, do you want a straw? Because they give you the cup like a sippy cup, as opposed to the plastic straws are endangering the environment. So they have reduced the use of, or they reduce the straws by asking you if you want one or you don't want one. Or some of them have those paper straws. Those paper straws to me are not all that great. So I would rather have no straw than have a paper straw. But little things like that, what would you pick that would be good for the environment? Think about that. So pick an article, read it, and tell me what you think later. Maybe I'll open a discussion link and you can tell me what your Earth Day thoughts. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open a discussion link. So after you've done this, look for the discussion link, and it's not for a grade. It's just for discussion that about Earth Day and what would you do and how would you do it. All righty. So I'm going to open that link now. It's going to be called Earth Day Discussion, and just share your Earth Day thoughts. That's what it's going to say. second thought, I will give a 5-point grade to it. I have to put in a date. Okay. All right, so let me share what I put in there. All right, so again, this will be found under your discussion. It's not going to pop up on your to-do list. It's going to be, you have to click on discussions in order to see it. Hold on, let me see if I'm telling the truth. Test it out. All right, now it's frozen. All right, but if you click on discussions, this should come up. It tells you what the theme is, Our Power, Our Planet. It gives you the link where you are. You should be looking at the page that I just showed you. And then click on something. As you read down that page, click on something to see what ideas you might get. Oop, there we go. Like I said, my computer is slow today. It does everything eventually. All right, so again, if you click on discussions, so it's not going to come up on your page. And it kind of goes in line, like I said, goes in line with your sustainable city living. So with that activity, you had to come up with 4 things that you would do. So again, pick one thing that you actually would commit yourself to doing based on the articles that you've read. And what can you do, and share briefly how you would go about that one project. And I did put 5 points on it. So that it's not done in vain. Okay, because a lot of people don't do stuff unless you're gonna give it a grade. So I'm gonna give it a grade. It's 5 points for you to share your thoughts. Okay. All right. So again, I will look at launching the next set let me come out of student view and I'll tell you what that is going to be. But that won't be due until later. So if I okay, the only thing we have not done, and this is very brief, is look at reducing urban runoff. I will go ahead and do that. We have done that one. Okay, so like I said, by next week we are finished with Unit 5, and I am not going to do a test. I'm simply going to move on to energy consumption. So why don't we just look at the overview, and all right, this one is in order for a change. Okay, So energy consumption, which also goes along with our topic of uh, sustainability. All right, it looks like a lot of things that we haven't covered, but a lot of these have been covered in other things. So like climate change, we've talked about that, global warming, human impacts of biodiversity. So we talked about invasive species in another unit. So while it looks like a long list of things we haven't gotten to yet, we've gotten to a lot of it. All right. So while you work on that, I will work on opening this up, but it's not due. I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. So if you have the opportunity to go ahead, you can go ahead and look at those. Somebody. Okay, so I did assign 5.13, which is methods to reduce urban runoff. And that's the last unit in Unit 5. So that's the only thing that I'll worry about by Friday is 5.13. So you should have done everything else by then. 5.7, 8, 15, 16, and now 13 is last. Kamari, did you do your 5.15, which is the one I have to, that's the written, the only one that's an FRQ. That's the one I have to go in and grade. So please make sure that you've done that. Who else is here? And Jada, you have to do those as well. Everybody else who's here. So 15 and 13. 13 has the regular multiple choice questions. Let me see if I can.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Smeeds, and today we'll be covering.
Okay, I'm not going to show this. I'm going to let you finish your Earth Day readings and activities. I just wanted you to know that I put the 5.13 video with Mr. Smeeds in your playlist so that you can look at that when you get a chance. We'll look at it together on Friday, and or maybe even tomorrow. We'll see.